Warriors wake up, soldiers check in. What mission are we on today? Family, you know what today is. It's Warrior Wednesday. Listen, wanted to chop on something real quick. Want to talk about something real quick. Something that came to mind as I'm getting ready for a meeting. I wanted to talk about this real quick. Something that's been trending, that's been coming through my feeds. I've been seeing on various things. But something from a hidden perspective, when I saw it, I said, okay. And I see my brothers and sisters talking about it. I see, it's trending heavy. It's being shown on national media, and people are talking about it on major podcasts and various things. But one of the things for me is always critical. And those of you that know me, my mission, my vision is to truly amplify the notion of Black youth empowerment in a way that it becomes a normalized construct that we naturally, as the village, engage in every action and decisions, really considering how everything that we do impacts and influences how our youth, our children engage and experience the world based on the village around them, based on the people that make up their environment, that makes up their natural context of life. Everything that we decide to do, every action and decision influences and impacts the lives of the children and the youth that we are connected to, the generations that are behind us, the generations that, are counting on us to be a model and example. Right. So with that being the major prioritized focus and mission of my life, when I look at something, right, I'm thinking about it from a Black youth empowerment perspective. That's my mission. That's my vision. That's my area of expertise. And that's where I wake up and I envision how I can grow and develop and impact in those areas. So when I look at a particular a trending topic, right, whether it be mainstream media or if I see something that everybody's connecting to and starting to be influenced by, I immediately start to look at it from a lens of how does this impact our children? How does this impact our youth? How does this impact the minds of the generations that we are fighting for, that we are at war for, to help them reach their full power and potential? So the trending topic that I identified and I saw that I've been seeing over and over is the Cam Newton incident at one of his camps, where he got into a altercation with some of the youth that was in the camp, right? So, of course, I know if you haven't seen it, the clip that they shows the altercation had escalated to, where they're fighting. They're in a physical altercation that when it's several youth that he's engaged. And of course, Cam Newton is a big brother, 6'6", 240 pounds. So he got several youth that are swinging at him, that are trying to tackle him and wrap around him. So he's kind of tussling and wrestling with the young warriors at the camp. Right. And this is being shown as a highlighted trending topic. Right. They're showing, how he wrestled with him, and one of the youth tried to punch him from the side, tried to what we call a sneak attack, and how he threw one of them, and one of them is wrapped around him and he pushing them back and forth. So the highlight or the core narrative that's being painted is that these are Black youth at a camp. At Cam Newton's camp that attacked him, right? So immediately, it creates a characterization of those Black youth, right, as that are troublemakers. They're being disrespectful to youth. They're not being grateful to being at the camp. So all of that is in play when you're looking at it. If I'm looking at it as a parent, I'm looking at it as a teacher, I'm looking at it as a, somebody that's in the community, I'm looking at it as a Black man, I'm looking at it as someone who, is looking at how mainstream media has painted Black youth. And I see this incident, if I am only thinking about what they're showing and the surface narrative that's being played, well, it kind of intensifies my notion of where we are with our youth, right? You're saying, man, these youth, see, I told you, they don't appreciate nothing. They out of hand, out of control, and you start to intensify this concept of Black youth in your mind as a character that is connected to trouble, that is connected to at-risk behavior, that is connected to, you know, this hood mentality and all the different labels and things that we've put on our youth, and start to lay a blanket out over them as, okay, this is what Black youth are, especially when you don't work directly with them consistently on a daily basis, when you're not engaged in the depths of, you know, what it takes to really help and grow and develop and what their experiences are and their lenses are, right? So showing Cam Newton fighting with these youth, right, amplifies, right, a concept of dysfunction with Black youth, right? So if you're not, if you're only looking at it from a surface lens, you will, in our mind, because this is something that's reinforced through everything that we are seeing, through most of the things that we are seeing in mainstream media, through the music, through movies, through shows, on social media, showing youth doing these different things that are counter to their development, right? So you're seeing this, you're seeing Black youth attacking a grown Black man that in our minds, right, is saying, hey, they are disrespecting the opportunity to be in this camp. Now, while this may be true for those youth that were involved in it, the hidden story, and this is important, right? Because I want us to go from just being at the surface of situations, right? And I'm not saying that this is everybody, but I'm talking about those that are thinking about it based on how the narrative is being played on the videos that we are showing and the commentary that's around it in, you know, on your Fox News, your Fox Sports, and your you know, all of your different podcasts, major podcasts that are speaking about it from just the Black youth and Cam Newton being involved in the incident. My perspective, my take is going to, what I'm looking at is, what is the deeper layers? What are the hidden layers? What are the unrecognized layers of this situation, or what this situation allows us to now do a deeper analysis on, and actually do some deeper understanding of how we can actually amplify the other side of what Cam Newton is doing or has done in his attempts or in his efforts to engage youth in his camps or in his programs or whatever it is that he has done. Because over the years, I've seen various camps and 7-on-7 teams that he's developed, and different camps and combines that he's, you know, that he's ushered in or he's been a part of. I've seen this over many years that he's been involved in this work, right? So let's think about it for a second. So let's say that he has done this over a period of 10 years, right? Doing camps, doing community-based programming that exposes youth to opportunities to display, to illustrate or depict their skills, right? To show what they can do on the field, what they can do in, you know, in different combines, right? Over a period of 10 years, let's say over a period of 10 years, there have been thousands of youth that have come through Cam Newton's camps, right? Now, remember, we're talking about, we framed it by talking about this one incident, right? We're talking about one incident, and in this incident, we're talking about it like 5 Black youth that were in the altercation. Whether we know how it led up to it or not, we talking about 5 Black youth that are in this altercation, that are attacking, that seem to be attacking Cam Newton, right? So you got 5 Black youth, and that in itself has a narrative around it that shows Black youth having a negative interaction with somebody. Right. So the part that I want to introduce in this part 1 is that if Cam Newton has been doing this over a period of 5 to 10 years, and there have been thousands of Black youth who have come through his camps, then the question is, if we understand ourselves as the village who is in position to raise, cultivate, and protect the opportunity for our children, for our youth to reach their full power and potential, regardless of what their natural genius is and whatever their vision is, for them to plug into and utilize their natural genius to impact their families, communities, and future generations, then why have we not, think about it for a second, why have we not taken the same intensity towards identifying those thousands of youth and understanding the background and the stories, right? The engagement with the thousands of youth who have come through these camps, that have been involved in the tournaments, the 7-on-7 tournaments. What are the stories of the youth that have been engaged in Cam Newton's camps? Right? Because in this essence, the 5 youth who are in the negative interaction, they're getting all the spotlight, while thousands of Black youth who have engaged, right, in a positive way, in a positive interaction. They came in there and gave their blood, sweat, and tears. They came in with a positive mindset. That the ones that, you know what I'm saying, they got everybody hyped up. They was positive with the whole group. They came in, they sweated, they worked hard, right? These phenomenal students, right? Leaders on the field, right? Leaders off the field, people that help younger, that work with younger age groups within the camps, right? That help others that didn't. Who were the ones that helped pay for equipment, right? Who were the families that were a part of bringing the youth to the camps, right? That were the ones that supported other youth that didn't. There are thousands of stories and backgrounds and experience that are in the group that did not get the spotlight that the 5 youth that everybody's been talking about that attacked Cam Newton, whether there was allegedly attacked Cam Newton, whether that was true or not, they are getting the spotlight and receiving the blanket characterization for all of the black youth that we never investigated their background story. We never identified what were their natural genius, the ones that had went to the camp, and we never identified the ones that said, "Thank you, Cam. I appreciate this opportunity." When he asked, you know, "Is anybody got any feelings about what they were able to experience in the camp today?" And the hundreds and hundreds of youth that said, "Man, we are just grateful for the opportunity to be here, to display our skills, to learn something new, to meet some new people." All of those youth that showed the gratitude to be in the experience, nobody tells their story, right? Nobody went back to their school and understood how their experience at a Cam Newton camp impacted their ability to perform academically, behavior, and as young leaders, how it were amplified in their work, how they intensified their focus on the mission and the vision that they had because they had been exposed to a higher level of performance in the camp. Nobody gets to tell their story because we are focused on what? The 5 youth that got into a negative interaction, right, with Cam Newton, as opposed to the thousands of youth who were engaged in positive interactions in the experience that Cam Newton was a part of facilitating, right? So who gets to tell the story of the youth who engaged the camp with gratitude, who engaged the camp with high effort? They gave their best in every drill. They gave their best in every opportunity. Who said thank you when they handed out the food at the break, right? When they was getting the oranges and the fruit and the water and said thank you. And the mamas that were helping with the paperwork, that were doing the registration, and the sisters that came and supported everybody, and the daddies that came that was cheering their sons on, that drove from different districts, the families and the community stakeholders who were engaged in the camps in order to help the camps going on over that period of time. Who telling their story? Why they not getting the shine on IG, Facebook, Instagram? Why they didn't get a world star shout out? Why, when I go down my timeline, nobody talked about the youth back in 2018 who gave his lunch to another youth because that youth hadn't ate in 2 days, but they was there giving the same effort in the camp. Nobody told this story, how they went back to the high school and now somebody took their game to another level because they was going to quit. They was going to give up on school, but they was able to make it to the camp, and now they turned their whole life around. Nobody's telling their stories. Listen, as Pipeline of Power builders, as Pipeline of Power builders, it's an opportunity for us to move beyond the gossiping, to move beyond just the negative interactions and really focusing on that and amplifying and glorifying the world star, fights. I'm talking about when we go into the depths and tell the real stories of the majority and those that are the influences of those that we say are the problem. Listen to me. Problem solving is the mission of a Pipeline of Power builder, right? The other side of the story is where we got to dig in it and where it got to be told. That's the concept of Black Youth Empowerment. The Black Youth Empowerment is not about amplifying just what's trending and what the mainstream media says is a high level topic. Now we saying we go deeper than that. We go beyond. We look at a holistic view of everything that's spotlighted, or even that is not spotlighted. We able to go deeper and find what we need in order to empower those that we love, those that we say we're going to be the protectors of. Part 1, family. The hidden layers of every trending topic has to be explored, because it is from those hidden layers that we utilize in our approach to accomplish the mission of empowering our youth to reach their full power and potential. Don't just look at what mainstream media says is a trending topic. No, we dig deeper because we go deeper. And that's our mandate. That's the village that must be ready to raise, cultivate, and protect. Don't just look at what they showing on social media. No, what's the deeper level? Critical thinking. Let's go get it. Listen to me. Now the assignment is, how do we look at, how do we examine, how do we assess trending topics? How do we look at the other side from a perspective that we could utilize to educate and empower our youth so that they can understand how to engage situations of that nature, right? How do you educate from the Cam Newton incident? Can you take it, as opposed to gossiping, but can you take it and break it down and utilize it in a actual critical thinking discussion that would allow you to build an understanding of what's happening, so that when they encounter or when they discuss and engage with somebody else, they're able to provide a holistic understanding that other people can grow from, that their peers can grow from. That's our job. It's time to get past the immature gossiping and oh, they should have did that, and blaming and complaining about what you saw at a surface. Now go deeper, because we are deeper people, right? We have the intelligence and natural brilliance to dig below surfaces, right? And not allow the propaganda to be what gauges and manipulates our perspectives of the people that we say we love. We got to go deeper, right? That's part one, family. I appreciate y'all. Listen, we're going to go deeper into this because this is critical, right? And we got to get deeper with it. And I know it's a powerful, brothers and sisters who understand this, and collaboratively, we have the ability to shift and change and really expand the consciousness of our youth and our people, man. So let's go get it today. We on a mission. I'm going to get on this meeting, but let's go get it. So.